What up, guys? Hey, fam, it's your boy Measly G and Cliff, and today we here, as y'all seen in the description once again, to discuss JD Sports and Finish Line. Now, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. What are you waiting on? I'll give you a second. All right. Other than that, now that you had a second to do that, let's get to it, straight to it. So, JD Sports, which is a UK-based shoe retailer, bought out Finish Line for, I believe, $588 million. Now, they did this, and what they're doing right now is they're actually closing a few select Finish Line stores and remodeling them as JD Sports. So they're going to do that more than likely in highly populated areas where there's a lot of shoe stores and so forth, and they're not going to get rid of all of the Finish Lines, okay? So what does that mean? So turns out Finish Line wasn't doing so well as the way smaller second number 2 in the US when it comes to shoes. Because as we all know, Foot Locker is owned by, Foot Locker owns Champs as well as Foot Action. So with that being said, you have all of those different stores all under the same umbrella, so to say. Finish Line was, you know, I'm saying they were comfortable, but they weren't growing and they weren't getting anywhere. So JD Sports buying them allows them, since they're the largest, you know, like Foot Locker in the UK, since they're the largest, this gives them a foot here in the shoe industry in the US. So the funny thing about them buying Finish Line is a company, the second, or shall I say JD Sports competitor in the UK, actually owned a small percentage in Finish Line in regards to shares. So I don't know how that works per se, but I take it they got bought out and now JD Sports owns them completely. And since they do clothing to a more urban band, which if you've been seeing most Foot Actions change their stores to sell urban wear, kind of like the Jimmy Jazzes and DTLRs and so forth, you're going to see that happening in the JD Sports. And then since they get other shoes, like I don't believe Finish Lines get Vans, and they got a smaller Nike contract because Nike actually owns stock into Foot Locker. So it goes both and hand in hand with that, right? Would you say that, Cliff? He agrees. So we're going to drink our wine, two guys in wine. That real wine keep you living long, y'all. And your boy Measly G is trying to stay up in this game for a long time. Now, back to other news. Now, as we said, with this happening, you're going to start to see this happening ASAP. So I want to say one of the biggest Finish Lines in my area is at the Woodfield Mall. Nice little uppity, richier, you know, more white urban area. And they have it closed right now, and they're already remodeling it for the JD Sports. So they're trying to actually even get that open before the holiday coming up of Black Friday. That way they can have a Black Friday grand opening or just before it and bring us with a whole bunch of heat to get people to come to the stores. Now, of course, you know your boy Measly G is going to take that following day off so that way he can be in line and be able to get his hands on things that we haven't seen in a few months. Let's hope that is the case. All right? So, since we're going to hope that is the case here, we're going to do these things. We're going to watch it. I'm going to monitor the situation because, as you know, Finish Line is putting shoes on the apps. Like the Pine Greens are up on the app for Finish Line right now. And that's really much the gist of it. So there's going to be some small changes. I don't know if all the Finish Lines are going to dissipate at all, since, like I said, UK is trying to get their feet in the US kick game. So since they're in this market now, we can expect to see some changes. We can expect to see them throwing some things at us because they want us to bring us on board. They want us to get excited about it. They want us to make that the new craze. So we're going to fall into place. We really are, because they're going to have things we want. The only thing that concerns me is if Finish Line was already getting a lackluster back end of products from Nike, it's really hard for me to see them giving JD Sports more. Now, there is a store that just popped up called Mr. Allen's, and they're like on the south side of Chicago. Now, they may have another location, I believe. But the thing is this, they popped up out of the blue and out of the sudden. They're getting homage to homes. Nike's doing something special around them. So maybe this would bring some new vibe to the JD Sports and Finish Line, let it trickle down to the Finish Line stores. So that way they can also get some heat too as well, instead of just Finish Line and Foot Locker or House of Hoops getting all the good jewels. Okay, we need those jewels to be spread around. That way we're able to cop more at retail. Other than that, you might not have heard it first, but you definitely heard it from Mies and Cliff. JD Sports bought out Finish Line, guys. Got some great things coming up here this week. I finally found out where the court purples are going to drop. So I hope I can get in that store, and I hope I can tear it up, tear it down for you all. Now, I said there was going to be a free giveaway, and there's still going to be a free giveaway. It's going to be a pine green. The only reason it's going to be a pine green is because I can 100% guarantee I can get crazy pairs of pine greens. The only thing I'm iffy on is the court purples, and I've secured a personal pair. I'll pick it up for you guys. I'll show that out for you tomorrow. You'll see court purple in hand tomorrow from your boy Measley G. And the pine greens, that will be the giveaway shoe. So make sure you pay attention to the upcoming videos. Like I said, it's going to be at the end credits. I'm going to treat it like a Marvel movie. I'm going to let y'all know what to do in order to win the free pair of shoes. And I'm also going to do that same thing to let the winner know. All right? So, Cliff, anything you got to say? You good? We good? And we out. Real quick, y'all. Before this ends, even though I ended it, price check. Very, very, very important. I bought a pair of shoes from Nike.com, and then I went into Nike store, and they were $40 cheaper. Same exact shoe on release day. So what I did today was I called Nike, and I was like, I bought a shoe from you guys online, and then when I went into the store later, I saw the same shoe in there retailing $40 less. Why would y'all do that? So after they called, what's that? After they called the store, mind you, I sit on hold with Nike for about 5-6 minutes. They call the store and they verify I paid $40 less for the shoe. They start to hit me with this BS. Unfortunately, we don't price match shoes due to the fact that some Nike stores are, what was the word? What was the wording that he used? He used, let's basically say independently owned. So it's like they're franchised out and individuals own them, so they don't have to adhere or to the same prices that Nike.com does. They can change the pricing different. I told him he can miss me with that bullshit. Forget my language, but real talk, miss me with that bullshit. You're sitting here telling me if I go into Nike Chicago that they're not affiliated with corporate or Nike.com, miss me with that. So, that being said, told him I'm not going. I told him that's wrong. I said I'm just being quiet about this, but I just realized it and I wanted to say something because I think it's unfair. You know, everything going on in light of how much shoes they're dropping out, the prices, the rate at which they're dropping them out, and having some sort of balance. You gotta have some sort of balance when you're trying to cop all these shoes. And it's one thing for me to go into, you know, a mom and pop store and the shoes are a different price than something I got from Nike, opposed to going into a Nike downtown or a Nike Chicago and buying off of sneakers or Nike.com and the prices being different. And I can understand if this is sale or I used a discount, but for them to retail on release day at a $40 different price. Now this is something we need to check, and I know not everyone has the access or the opportunity to actually go into a corporate Nike store. And I'm not talking a factory, I'm not talking a clearance or an outlet store. I'm talking a corporate Nike store, like Nike Chicago, the Nike Soho, you know, all those different Nikes. Those type of stores, along with sneakers or Nike.com on a release day. Retail costs should not vary. I can understand taxes being different. I can understand shipping equating one thing, but for you to charge me $40 before shipping, before taxes, more than you are charging for a brick and mortar, for a shoe at the brick and mortar store, is unexcusable. And I called them and I said it to them just like that. I didn't yell. I didn't get upset. I didn't really show a lot of frustration, but I did let them know I was disgusted in the fact that the prices could be a big variance. $5, $10, okay. A $40 difference? You're charging $40 and then, well, luckily I get free shipping, so that's not too much of a problem. But a $40 difference, and with tax on top, and I get, you don't charge for shipping. And if I go into a brick and mortar, I don't pay shipping either. So, $40 difference is unacceptable. I let them know I was disgusted, and they gave me they issued a $20 credit to me for that shoe. Fortunately, I purchased it on my girl card, so I will not be receiving that credit, and I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So, regardless, that money is gone, but at least it's not in Nike's pocket. My point is, price check everything, okay? We all want shoes. Let's check out what the prices are going for at our local brick and mortar stores, opposed to just looking at the prices online. So I'm really glad that I was able to get that resolved without any problems. That's what I like about Nike customer service. You can always call them, you can always talk to them. They'll always try to resolve the issue very speedily. I know I made that up, but very speedily. They try to do that. So that's just me giving y'all some more advice. Make sure y'all check that out, because that happened to me. I noticed it today. I called them on it, and they made something happen. I got some money back, which I'm going to be able to use for them undercover reacts this week, if I can get it back from my girl. Other than that, for real this time, I appreciate y'all stopping by. Make sure y'all drinking red wine. And we out for real. One.